Why is Taurus the trickiest zodiac sign? In the world of astrology, each zodiac sign has its own unique characteristics and features that shape a person's personality. Taurus is a sign ruled by Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and material wealth. At first glance, Taurus seems simple and even slow, but behind this outward calmness lies a real strategist. They know how to get their way, and in such a way that no one notices their manipulations. However, what makes the sign of Taurus so mysterious and can be perceived as a trick? Let's explore 10 key reasons why Taurus people are often perceived by others as mysterious individuals. The first reason for the desire for comfort. Taurus values comfort and material well-being. Sometimes their desire for it can be perceived as a trick, although in fact, they just appreciate the comfort level. Taurus have a strong connection to physical pleasures and often seek to surround themselves with pleasant things that bring them pleasure. Their desire for comfort can be a motivation for hard work and financial success, as they often strive to provide themselves and their family with everything they need. They usually know how to find ways to create comfort and harmony in their surroundings. However, sometimes their desire for comfort can look like excessive consumption or commercialism, which can cause misunderstandings. It is important for Taurus to learn how to find a balance between the value of material goods and deeper life values. The second reason is subtle manipulators. Taurus doesn't put pressure on people directly. It's not their style. They create a comfortable environment in which a person wants to do what Taurus needs. For example, if they want to get a promotion, they won't openly suck up to their boss, but will simply prove their worth through hard work and dedication. And when the time comes, the boss himself will offer them a new position. The third reason. For perseverance. Taurus is usually very persistent in achieving their goals. Their tenacity may sometimes be perceived as cunning, but it is more an expression of their determination. Taurus, as a rule, are responsible for their obligations and are willing to invest efforts to complete what they started. Their tenacity and perseverance allow them to overcome difficulties and overcome obstacles on the way to achieving their goals. They usually don't give up easily and are willing to work long and hard to achieve the desired results. However, sometimes their tenacity can make them too stubborn, which causes conflicts with others. It is important for Taurus to learn how to apply their perseverance in appropriate situations and find a balance between perseverance and flexibility. The fourth reason is pragmatism. Taurus people usually make pragmatic decisions based on reality. Their pragmatism can be misinterpreted as cunning. Taurus, as a rule, try to act prudently and take practical aspects into account when making decisions. Their pragmatism helps them avoid unreasonable risks and take into account the factors that affect the successful achievement of goals. They are often guided by logic and realities rather than illusions or desires. However, sometimes their pragmatism can make them too skeptical or prone to negativism, which can cause misunderstandings among others. It is important for Taurus to learn how to find a balance between pragmatism and willingness to consider alternative ways and solutions. Thus, Taurus's pragmatism is a manifestation of their common sense and reality orientation, and with the right balance, it can help them cope with life's challenges and make informed decisions. The fifth reason is the ability to avoid conflicts. This sign does not like scandals and rarely gets involved in open fights. Instead, Taurus acts more cunningly. It creates such conditions that the enemy himself falls into the trap. For example, he may give a competitor a false sense of confidence and then seize the initiative at the right moment. The sixth reason for the feeling of ownership. Taurus people often have a strong sense of ownership and may be unhappy when something disrupts their comfort or well-being. This is not always a trick, but rather an expression of their values. Taurus people usually value stability and comfort in their lives, and their sense of ownership may simply indicate how important it is for them to maintain that comfort. They strive for a level of security and reliability in their lives, which can manifest itself in their desire to provide for themselves and their family. They can be careful with their belongings and are used to handling resources with care. However, sometimes their sense of ownership can cause misunderstandings among others, especially if they start interfering in other people's affairs or exercising too much power over others. It is important for Taurus to learn to respect the boundaries and interests of others in order to avoid conflicts. The seventh reason is caution. Taurus, as a rule, are careful and consider their steps, which can give the impression of cunning, although in fact, they simply prefer to minimize risks. Caution is part of their nature, and they tend to avoid situations that could put them at risk. Their caution may be motivated by a desire to maintain their stability and comfort level. Taurus people tend to weigh the pros and cons well before making decisions and often follow proven methods. However, sometimes their caution can make them too conservative and prone to fear of change. It is important for Taurus to learn how to find a balance between caution and openness to new opportunities. The eighth reason is intuition about people. Taurus is well aware of the characters and intentions of others. They can read people like an open book and use this information to their advantage. They know in advance how a person will behave in a given situation and adjust their actions to it. The ninth reason is the value of material goods. Taurus can be very associated with material values and money. Their desire to accumulate wealth may cause a misunderstanding, but it is not necessarily a trick. Taurus people, as a rule, understand that material well-being provides them and their loved ones with stability and comfort. Their emphasis on material values can be a motivation for hard work and striving for career success. They often value financial independence and are willing to work hard to achieve their financial goals. However, sometimes their focus on material goods can make them too materialistic and overly financially preoccupied, which may cause misunderstandings among others. It is important for Taurus to learn how to find a balance between the value of material goods and other aspects of life, such as spiritual development and relationships. Taurus knows how to manage money and material resources. They may seem generous, but in fact, they always think strategically. If they invest money, they expect a return. If they make a gift, it will definitely strengthen their position. They never waste resources. The 10th reason for resistance to change. Taurus does not always easily adapt to changes, preferring stability. Their resistance to change may be perceived as cunning, but it is more a manifestation of their resilience. Taurus people tend to value predictability and stability in their lives, and they may feel uncomfortable with sudden changes. Their ability to maintain stability can be a quality that is valued at work and in personal relationships, as they are reliable and predictable. They are usually responsible for their obligations and are willing to make efforts to keep important aspects of their lives stable. However, sometimes their resistance to change can make them too inert and unable to adapt to new situations. It is important for Taurus to learn how to find a balance between the desire to maintain stability and the willingness to make changes that may be necessary at certain moments. The trick of Taurus lies in the ability to achieve their goals without aggression and unnecessary movements. They are patient, prudent, and strategic, and their manipulations are so subtle that others do not even realize that they are acting according to the Taurus scenario. That's why this sign is one of the trickiest in the zodiac.